Well, hi everyone. Here's a little update video of what's going on with the project, stuff I've done lately. So as you can see, I still got the main menu with the option working. Don't mind the version text here, which I didn't change because I keep forgetting it. And here's the little car selection menu. Now there's only one car available, which is the Camaro, so no going back and forth. So as you can see on the top left corner, I've got a list that, shows the position. Now you can see a bot just passed me and another one, so I'm now third in that list. I've got a lap counter that's actually functional, and the best and current laps don't actually do anything. And I just flipped the car over. Jesus. I'm such a terrible person. Why did I do that? Sorry, mate. Push you back on your wheels. Or not, I guess. Whatever. And you can see I've got functional mirrors, which is pretty cool. Finally got those working. You can also notice that the camera moves quite a bit. If I steer, the camera shakes, it moves to the side a lot, which is nice. I got the RPM counter too, which displays the gear and the speed. Yeah, I guess I'm not catching up with the other AI anytime soon now, eh? I'll just finish a lap to show you that the lap counter is working. There you go, lap 2. Now you can't change the view because I made the game mode that way. I made the game mode for racing so that the player is stuck in the cockpit. Because I think, a proper racing game should not allow you to play as third person. Because that's not immersive. And now, just for the sake of demonstration, that AI has, one more lap than me done. Meaning, even if I go ahead of it, I'm still going to be second. Now I'm going to try to catch up with it, just to show you that, because that's kind of a major feature, Ooh, I'm getting there. Yeah. Now you can see I just passed the AI, but I'm still second because I have a whole lap behind it, Now what I can do to cheat right now is I can go back here and every time you cross the starting line, you finish a lap. So I'm now a few laps ahead of the AI. I need to fix this. I need to add a waypoint like halfway through the racetrack. And only count the lap if you reach that waypoint first. So you can't just go back and forth on the finish line and win the race like that. But yeah. I'm really just getting started with this kind of racing features, so can I actually open the console? No, I can't. Alright, I can't open the console to load the other map, and I didn't make a map selection menu just yet, so guess I'll open the editor, show you the other stuff. But yeah, as you could see, I mainly focused on making race game out of this project. This is where I'm headed with this. Alright, editor opened. Let's get down to business. So, you know, this is my racetrack blueprint. I've added another spline here just for decoration. I'm actually gonna block off this pack eventually. And that fence blueprint you probably all remember from previous videos. Just to prevent shortcutting. And so yeah, that's really just a trigger box here that communicates with the game mode, which communicates with the UI. You know, making lists of cars and positions and whatnot. So I need to basically just add a waypoint, like here, maybe another one here, and register overlapping those waypoints, and only registering a lap if you did overlap those two waypoints before getting there, to prevent, let's say, the player just shortcutting here. Because then, if you don't overlap that one, the lap doesn't count. So, you know, anti-cheat measures on the cheap. I'm really curious to know how other games actually do that, like prevent the player from cheating the startup line, but whatever. So, if I just load the other map, which I've made a separate game mode for, you know, I have default race and free roam, and this map is set to free roam, which means I have the ability to switch the camera, toggle the debug menu, get out of the car and back in, stuff like that. And I don't actually have all that racing UI and the well, the buts. So this is the map that you're gonna use for just testing the vehicles. And yeah, as you can see, I made that round progress bar for the RPM. Instead of making, you know, the classic needle picture rotating. And that's about it, yeah. A bit of racing elements and UI stuff. And of course, making the whole thing work in 4.20, because I had a pretty bad bug where the wheels would collide with where the road meshes intersect, and the engine just crashed because I wanted to quit the simulation. Oh well, thank you, it's always appreciated. So yeah, I had to actually modify the meshes I use for the road and make the bounds of the meshes smaller so that they would overlap each other to prevent the wheels hitting like a wall between meshes. I'll show you that in just a minute. For anyone actually having their own road meshes and trying to put them into the blueprint, if you want to avoid problems, what you have to do is this. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but here it slopes out, right? It gets thinner. And if I show you the bounds are actually here. So that slope is kind of embedded into the previous mesh. and onto the next mesh. So if I open up my trustworthy paint, basically what that means is instead of having two boxes like that, and risking the collision being on different level and making the wheel act up, what that does is each meshes have a slope like that. So you're actually hitting a much flatter angle here instead of hitting a 90-degree angle. And that prevents the wheels from bouncing off the track randomly for no reason. So you just have to keep that in mind when designing your own meshes, to have them slope out at each end, and modify the bounds here to have those kind of overlap each other, which gives you a perfectly flat road. It doesn't show, it just prevents bugs. Now let me see if I can actually find, yeah, there it is. So all that does is that the wheels are actually going to hit a slope instead of hitting a wall where the road meshes are changing, basically. So yeah. Oh, also, I modified the spline a little bit. As you can see, I added instruct to allow you to change the meshes so you could have those red and white checkers on the sides for the curves. And also the number of meshes. So now instead of using waypoints to spawn meshes, it actually spawns meshes all along the spline according to how much meshes you told it you wanted. So if I just set it to 15, it looks like that. If I set it to 100, it looks like that. 200 would look like that. And you can see the green markers are actually showing the amount of meshes. And I really hope I didn't mess up the strut. Cool. Whew. I was afraid changing the number of meshes would actually mess up the placement of the curve markers. So yeah, just a few bug fixes and improvements. Now, of course, the AI, I still don't like it. I think it's kind of rough. I need to improve that a lot, among other things. But yeah, that's what's been happening for the past weeks. So I hope you like this. As usual, subscribe. Check the description for the link to the forum and to the Discord channel too if you want to chat with other people. And yeah, leave some suggestions, comments, insults, whatever in the comments. I'll read them. Maybe. And I'll see you next time.